My first time as Prime Minister in the 1990s, when the profit made by central banks stood at an average of $12 million. It's a long time ago, long way up, long way down. 30 years later, I'm pleased to see how far you have progressed and how far we as a nation have progressed, with profit now exceeding 100 million since 2022. Is there another figure earlier than 22?
Below 100 million.
Or you're just trying to please us? And today we are celebrating a record profit of 136.2 million for this financial year. The growth is not only a reflection of the sound and effective management, and I must say happy management, of the monetary policies of the Reserve Bank of Fiji, but also of Fiji's resilience in economic stability and steady growth over the years. We haven't had easy years, we haven't had comfortable years, but we have grown. Despite the unprecedented challenges that have confronted us in recent years, such as political upheavals, the global financial crisis, or crises, and its aftershocks, their aftershocks, natural disasters and the impacts of climate change, and more recently, COVID-19 pandemic. These have tested our economic policies and our strategies. Yet we must acknowledge that our progress highlights the importance of maintaining a strong and independent central bank, one that remains persistent and consistent in its management of monetary policy. I am reminded of the United Kingdom's experience in the 1970s and 1980s, when their central bank, the Bank of England, struggled with unclear direction for monetary policy. Various frameworks and policies were attempted, but then discarded. This is because political events influenced the Central Bank of England's interest rates and monetary policies more than the country's economic indicators. The most important contribution central banks make in a developing country is to ensure monetary stability, determined by the country's economic indicators. This is critical for economic growth and development in the country. Foreign reserves, it is clear that the unprecedented profit made this financial year is a result of the bank's prudent investment decisions, with the nation's foreign reserves where it took advantage of prevailing high interest rates in global financial markets. I'm told that as of yesterday, foreign reserve reached a new record of 3.76 billion, covering 6.1 months of Fiji's retained import of goods and services. Before I conclude, I just want to tell you a story about the war that's going on in Gaza. I was in New York for the UNGA when I got a call from home asking how do we pay for the fares. My wife and one of the girls at home were supposed to come with the pilgrims going to the Middle East for the Feast of Tabernacle. I said to them, please cancel your booking, say you're not coming. They said, why? I said, something will happen on the 7th of October. They asked, what? Something will happen, it will be bad, so do not come. I came back, and on the 7th of October, after the parade in Albert Park, I went and joined the people from my village. We always celebrate the 7th of October, the day I declared Fiji a republic. We were enjoying the first bowl at 6 o'clock in the evening when the world news hit, when events hit the world news to say that war had broken out in Gaza. The 50th anniversary of the Yom Kippur War in 1973. It also pays for those of you in the banks to be aware of history, aware of what goes on in the world, what might have gone on in the past, and how they could affect our operations and monetary movements and forces in the world. While the Reserve Bank is a central bank and profit is not its primary purpose, it was nonetheless able to record high profits while meeting its statutory role to ensure adequate foreign reserves and stable inflation. Central banks also play an essential role in the regulation and development of the financial sector. The Reserve Bank of Fiji has contributed to various initiatives over the years, most notably the reform of the payment system in Fiji in the last 3 years. On that note, please join me in congratulating the Reserve Bank on its excellent stewardship. I want to recognize and acknowledge the leadership of our central bank, the board, the governor, senior management, and all the staff of the Reserve Bank of Fiji for successfully creating the enabling environment for growth. I thank you all for your commitment, and I wish you well for the future. Rina Waleo. And the announcement of your prophet was the best 76th birthday present I received this year, or last week.